All right, let's jump right into it. Today, we're going to break down one of the most critical procedures for any commercial driver: how to safely manage a school bus stop, pulling everything directly from the CDL manual. Every single step we cover is designed to save lives.
So let's start with a pretty sobering fact, because really it sets the stage for everything else. The greatest risk isn't when the kids are sitting inside a moving bus. It's in those few moments when they're stepping on or off. That's the critical window.
And this area has an official and pretty intense name. All the rules, all the lights, all the procedures we're about to go through, they're all designed to do one thing: control and secure this specific perimeter around your bus.
So let's break down exactly what this danger zone is and why it's so incredibly hazardous. Mastering this space, really understanding it, is the absolute key to student safety. Now, don't just think of this as the spot right in front of the bumper. It's a bubble, a 360-degree bubble of responsibility that surrounds the entire bus. Your visibility has blind spots. Kids can be unpredictable. They might drop something or just not be paying attention, and you absolutely cannot assume other drivers are going to do the right thing. You have to anticipate it all.
Okay, so let's get into the procedure. Your safety checklist actually starts way before you even think about hitting the brakes. A safe stop always begins with a safe approach. Think of this three-step sequence as your first line of defense. It is all about giving every other driver on the road as much warning as possible. You're not just stopping, you're communicating your intention, loud and clear, and you're doing it early.
And the manual gets very, very specific about this. If you're in a speed zone that's 45 miles per hour or faster, you have to turn on those amber lights at least 300 feet before the stop. That's an entire football field. It's a lot of warning.
Now, if you're in a slower zone, anything under 45 miles per hour, that minimum distance drops to 100 feet. The big thing to remember here is the precision. These numbers aren't just suggestions, they are testable legal requirements. All right, so you've made your approach. Now for the stop itself. This is where you create a completely secure environment for the students before that door ever opens. And listen, the order here is everything. It's not a pick and choose menu. It's stop, signals, brake, then the door. Every single time. This makes sure the bus is totally stationary and your warnings are fully deployed before any child even has a chance to move. And here's another critical number for you. Your front bumper has to be at least 10 feet away from any students waiting at the stop. Why? It's all about creating that safety buffer, a little bit of breathing room right there in the most dangerous part of the zone. And this number, this one, isn't for you, it's for everyone else on the road. Other drivers have to stop no closer than 20 feet from your bus when your red lights are flashing. This is the rule that helps create that larger protected danger zone we were just talking about. Okay, let's talk about your mirrors. The crossover mirrors, specifically, are probably your single most important tool for wiping out that front blind spot. Proper adjustment isn't optional. And here's the detail that matters most. You must be able to see a student's feet. Their feet actually touching the pavement. That's how you know you can see the whole kid. Okay, now we're at the most critical moment. This is often the most dangerous part of the whole process, getting students across the road. This is not a hope for the best situation. It is a carefully managed process where you are in complete control. Think of yourself as a conductor. Nothing, and I mean nothing, happens until you give the signal. You confirm all traffic has stopped, you give the all clear, and only then do students move. And you're counting them. You're watching them. You are their primary safety system. It's so important to teach students this exact path. Walking 10 to 12 feet out front keeps them visible in your mirrors. And that last rule about dropping something, you have to drill this into their heads. A dropped piece of paper is not worth a life. The second a student bends over, they can completely vanish from your mirrors. They have to know to leave it and get to safety. So you might think the danger's over once the kids are on board or walking away. Nope, not even close. This final departure check is just as critical as everything that came before it. This is your final sweep. It's your last chance to make absolutely sure that danger zone is clear before you put the bus into gear. You account for everyone, you check every single mirror one more time, and only then, when you're 100% sure, do you close that door and deactivate the signals. So here's the ultimate test case. What do you do if you can't account for a student? The answer is simple, and it is non-negotiable. You do not move the bus. Period. You secure it, you make sure that parking brake is engaged, and you do not proceed until you know where every single student is safe and sound.
And when you boil it all down, that's the big takeaway. These aren't just items on a checklist so you can pass your CDL exam. They are your tools. They are a professional driver's life-saving toolkit. And using them correctly on every single stop, that's the job. That's your ultimate responsibility.